The next few problems deal with inequalities. Number 27, we're asked to solve. We're supposed to write the solution set in interval notation and graph it on a number line. And on the final exam, a number line will be provided, but that's all it looks like. There's no numbers or anything. And then it'll have an answer blank. So how do we solve it? We solve it just like an equal sign. We're going to distribute. Now we need to put our x's on one side and numbers on the other. So this is really a review from the previous math class. So we would have negative 8x plus 35 less than or equal to 30. Subtract 35. At this point I have to solve for x. So if I divide by an inequality, if I divide an inequality by negative, what happens? I reverse that inequality. You multiply or divide by a negative on an inequality, you reverse that inequality. So I have solved it, but I want to write the answer in interval notation and graph it on a number line. So here's 5/8. Needs to be a filled in circle, and it's greater than, so it's over there. So that's one thing, graph on a number line. Now interval notation, I know it's going to be bracket 5/8 to infinity. Okay, the next two inequalities deals with linear inequalities in two variables. So just like we talked about graphing the lines, you could plot points in lots of different ways. I am going to solve for y. That is my option. So if I take the x to the other side and divide by negative 3, again, what happens when I divide by negative? It reverses. So that's negative 3 plus, remember that's an understood 1/3 x. That tells me my slope is 1/3 and my y-intercept is negative 3. So I'm going to plot those. Rise over run. So 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it again. Do it again. You can do it as many times as you want. This is a solid line because of the equal to part. Now I have to shade less than. Less than. Well, here's negative 3. On the y-axis, where's less than negative 3? Here, 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 here. So I'm going to shade this side of the line. That's one method. Your teacher may show you a different method, but again, we're just looking for the graph and the shading. On number 29, you have to know that that is a vertical line. And because it's just greater than, it's also going to be a dashed line. So x is greater than 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A dashed or dotted vertical line. And then x is greater than 5. So if this is 5, greater than 5 is on this side. But what if the test says y is less than 5? How would you do that? Well, you have to know it's a horizontal line. It would be up here, and less than would be below. Now granted, it doesn't ask you to do both. I'm just kind of throwing it in. You may have a vertical, you may have a horizontal. You need to know how to do both types.